Hey, Arcturus here. Today we're looking at the Celestial Pagoda from the Lego Monkey Kid line. This is set 80058, comes with 1,621 pieces, and builds this very tall pagoda in a nice blue and gold with some beige and clouds. Very nice set, very beautiful. So let's take a closer look. We'll get the box out of the way, and let's take a quick look at the back as it's all assembled. You get some very nice features here. Everything is visible from the back. You do see some of the structure, right? Like these Technic pieces with the pinholes and everything here as well. But in the bottom, we have a nice dungeon. And then we go up and we have a nice entryway, and we continue up the pagoda, including a little door to get up top here, and some doors here on the side with some nice scroll art done with stickers, of course. And we continue up. You have some scroll casings here, little writing desk there, some vases here, a throne for the Celestial Emperor, and then just the top of the pagoda. I'll raise this up just a little bit. It's very tall, as you can see, especially with that spire there on the top. Set is separatable. You don't have to leave it entirely assembled as it is currently. It actually has a very nice locking feature to keep everything together in this section here. You just separate from the top, and then these fold down, and then you can just remove this section very easily. This one does not go together with any studs, which is part of why it has this locking design, is it's just flat plates here. So there's no studs to connect it to. This second one, and they do stick quite well, so it is a nice tight connection. This side does have some studs, but not very many. So that is, with this locking feature, it works really well. So that we've separated it a little bit, we'll take a closer look at each of the sections. We'll start with the top. Okay, so here's the top of the pagoda. In this very tall throne room, you have your minifigure who can sit in it, like so. For the front, you get this very nice lattice work design. You do have some stickers here on either side of this window here in the front. And standard window pieces here on the lower level, and these nice lattice pieces going up the set. They do make some nice distinctions between them by blocking off portions with like this section and rotating them like up here to give you some nice variation in the design, which works really well. You use this little hangy piece. I've seen this, I believe, also in the Lego Dream series, as well as Ninjago, although I'm not entirely sure, but they just add some tassels there, or bells, probably bells in this case, and add some nice texture to the look of the set. You get a nice blend with some purples and blues there, so most of the tiling work here is done in blues, which works pretty well. You do get some odd gaps where, because they can wiggle a little bit, so there are some gaps there. But overall, when it's sitting out, it looks really nice. I will set that to the side. Then for that mid section, we actually have some scrolls that slide out there. So on the side, you have a scroll case there. They don't attach to anything. They just set in there. And they're built basically the same. They're just this three little round pieces that attach together. But when they're set in there, they do look like scrolls, which works really well. You have a nice balcony up on top with some slightly different edge work there. And you also get a painting table or brush table here with a, I believe, printed piece. Let's take that out. No, that's also a sticker. Sorry, with a nice sticker piece there. I'll slide the brush off real quick. Nice sticker piece for that corner table. The one downside to the scrolls is every time you move this, they do slide out. which is a little aggravating, but that slides in there quite nicely. And then the brush is just assembled with like a black flame piece. So very nicely done. You do get some cloud pieces to kind of make it look like it's high up in the sky, which I think works really well. This section actually does use these to anchor in a little bit, but there aren't studs to connect it. This does help it sit in place, so you can move the whole thing relatively easily. I'd still be a little concerned that the connection isn't so good with just this and the clips, but it does work relatively well. And those scrolls just keep sliding out, so that is something to be aware of. The lower level actually has two side pieces. So you build this nice little peach tree with the peaches of immortality, I suspect. And you get some nice gold leaves there with some purples and pinks. Very nice looking. That works really well. And then you also have this little small well section, which ties in to this waterfall. Now you do have to put this piece on as a sticker, but it does work pretty well, I think, and it attaches quite nicely. And they just attach with two pins, and then it uses these angle pieces to kind of flow into the well there, and I think it works pretty well. You get some wisps of like clouds coming off. You also have this nice staircase going up with that same blue work, this with more gray stone, but also some gold and some candles here in front. Putting this together, they have you put these candles on relatively early. I would probably set them off to the side because I wound up doing that after I knocked them off like 47 times or something. Underneath, you do have some bars you can see, and some bars there as well. You can kind of see into the basement from the front. You have these nice double doors here in front. These are unfortunately stickers. They are clear stickers, so you don't have to worry about stuff mismatching, but they are stickers. And I did have some that didn't go on quite perfectly, but that's life. There are some stickers up here as well. Lots of stickers in this set. I'll show you the sticker sheets in a second. You do have these little downspout sections, which I think work really well, really fit the set design. And as I mentioned, you have these lattices all throughout the set. Just really gives it a very nice view there. Very nice aesthetic there. You have these vases that you assemble up here. And this door also has a sticker piece on it to come up, which is clever and works pretty well. You have some artifacts here on this floor, and then you have these sticker pieces for these wall hangings, which work quite well. I think it'd be better if they were printed pieces, of course, but they go on quite easily. They go on a little easier than the door stickers do. And you have a separate one here with Monkey King, or Monkey Kid in this case, as well. So you have a teapot and then some like chopsticks and a food bowl there. And the doors are the same with the stickers just inverted. And then here on the bottom, you have some stickers here on the side for like keyholes for the dungeon, which works pretty well. Little mug in there. Kind of hard to show this one. This one has a little pot in there as well. And then down here you get some weapons or torture implements. Probably weapons, I guess, confiscated from whoever the prisoners are, and then some candles as well. So the build itself is really fun, and there's one last piece, which you might have noticed by this. There's a trap door to dump someone into the dungeon. A very simple mechanism, but it works really well. You can just see the bottom there, and oops. And then with this pushed in, it's set, and then you just pull it out, and that trapdoor drops whoever's in there into the dungeon. So it works quite nicely. Reassembly for this is really easy. You just slide this in, and then relatch the clips here, and then it's held in place. Pretty sturdy. This piece does have some studs to connect to, so you don't have to use the clips if it's just sitting out, but if it is being moved, I would use the clips. I would probably actually just separate them and move it that way, just in case. having had to reassemble several sets because I dropped them, yeah, I'd probably move it separately. So first up for minifigures, we have the Monkey Kid. Some very nice detailing on the front of the figure. Nice silver for the legs and arms. His staff with the gold bar pieces and red center. No side printing on this figure. Here's the back of the figure with some nice detail on the back. And you, of course, get a second print for his face. And the hairpiece has this very nice headband on it, which just fits really well, I think, with the set. Works really well. Next, we have May, who has the same set of legs, slightly different torso in the print. A few different patches, 2 instead of a 1 compared to the Monkey Kid. And she has a 2 on the back, and actually the Monkey Kid has a 1 there as well. This is the back of the figure. Very nice hairpiece. Has some green bits here on the sides. She also has a second face print as well, and wields this green energy blade with a white dragon hilt. This is the standard dragons you see on the set for the downspouts or for the light holders down here, just in white instead of gold. Very nice figure. Third figure, we have Pigsy. Has a nice pig head. They even got the hands done up in pink as well. These are the half legs. And his jacket does not quite fit. He has a little bit of his belly sticking out there. There's a number 5 on his torso, 5 on the back, and is wielding a spoon. And has this very nice pig head with no detailing on the back. Next, we have Mr. Tang, who has the number 4 on his torso. Also comes with a scarf. Uses the same legs as the Monkey Kid and May. Has a number 4 on the back. And has a secondary face print of him sleeping. Then we have Sandy, who is lifting weights and eating a peach. They assemble these weights out of just these black ball sections and then a lightsaber piece, which is a slightly different lightsaber piece than the typical because it has those double rings there. But I'll take that off for a second. He has, an orange beard and mohawk. Has some slightly different artwork here on the torso. Is a number 6, but he also has these beads that kind of attach around the back and then here on the front. And his jacket is open as well. So, but his hands and arms are also blue, which is a nice touch always. And of course, his head is also blue. He does not have reverse printing on the face though, because it would show up behind his mohawk. Or molded. Up next, we have a molded cat piece, Baby Mo, with some nice details there on the front. Little bit of tufts of hair and a little cat face, and nicely done up in blue. Just a nice little addition. Then we have Li Jing, the Emperor, and a very gold figure. There's some very nicely detailed legs there and torso armor with that white and gold arms holding this mini pagoda there. And it has a very nice shoulder piece with little lions printed on it as well. And a very nice hairpiece with this attached. And this piece actually has a hole in the top so you could add additional things to it. He has a second face print as well and a red cape. Slightly different cape design than the usual capes in that it only has one hole connection for the head to go through as opposed to the 2 they normally do. And some nice detail there on the back. Really excellent figure, I think. Works really well. Then we have our last character, Nuwa, half snake. Very nicely molded lower body piece, nicely printed as well. Some very nice details here on the front. Still can attach to studs, so if you want to attach her somewhere you can. This should sit above the studs, I believe, with this. It does when I tested it earlier, so it should on most things. Holding a little Lego figurine, micro figure I think it is. Some very nice detailing on the torso. And she has this very nice ring back attachment, which is a little less nice from the back, I will say. But from the front, it does give you the 5 elements arrayed behind her really nicely. She has some nice extra details there on the face of her minifigure that are normally hidden by the hair. For the most part, you could sort of make them out just barely beneath the hair. And she does have a standard face there on the back, alternate face print, missing her little headband piece and her very nice hairpiece there. And then the 5 elements arrayed behind her. And Chinese mythology, it's metal, water, earth, wood, and fire. They're behind her. So very nicely done. Excellent figure. Really cool addition to the set, I think. Well, that's all I've got for this week. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. And thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.